What's up with it? It's OGTV tapping in. I've been putting off making this video for 2 whole days because I didn't want to be messy, or I didn't want to be accused of being messy. I am not making this video for the sake of being messy. Truth be told, I really don't even want to make this video. That's why, as of right now, it's 3:05 p.m. I just left Juma. I'm not going to release this video until at least after Maghrib, after 8:30 tonight, because I'm still trying to give the brother to respond to these allegations on his own.
You talk about the right person. Zip, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Listen, all y'all got to do is put my picture up, and he, he won't say shit. I'm telling you.
nah, bro. Hold on. Rewind. You said that he was caught getting head
He was getting his dick sucked.
by who?
Who else? A chump.
No, hold on. You don't know what's the chump name?
Now, my immediate reason for wanting to react to this video was because 10 Toes Down made this statement right here.
Darren, Zipwitthedrip, because you did a heinous act that the law is never going to forgive you for. I don't care how many rockouts you make. I don't care how many I don't care what you do. As long as you continue being up here saying, Allah's my Shaheed, Wallahi.
Now, whenever someone speaks on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they speak incorrect, as a Muslim, I have an obligation to correct them. It's not necessary to, address them or correct them with brute force, all the time. No, sometimes it's an opportunity to educate someone, to give dawah. A lot of people are not Muslims or have misconceptions about Muslims because they have not been educated properly, So I wanted to take this opportunity to educate 10 Toes Down on the statement he made. But I wouldn't be able to do that without the broader picture of what the video was actually about coming out, which is why I was waiting for Zip to address it. I kept giving Zip time to address it, because the whole basis of the accusation that's being made is the guy, Twan, or whoever he is saying, just put my picture up there, and Zip can't say nothing. The guy is saying once 10 Toes puts his picture up there, like that's the ultimate silencer. Zip won't be able to address it. Zip won't be able to respond. Zip won't be able to say nothing. So if I see that type of challenge, of course, I'm someone who supports and watches Zip show. I done shouted him. I be in here live a lot of times and don't say nothing. I might drop a like and just enjoy the show. Get my popcorn and giggle and laugh for a little while if I got some free time on my hands. So as a supporter, somebody who watches what you do and watches your move, and I'm like, all right, I'm waiting to see how he responds to this accusation, because it's not like you don't respond to accusations. Somebody say one thing about how the fight went, you'll come back and clarify like how it went down. Somebody say something about your case, you'll come back with your newspaper articles, your paper, whatever, and disprove whatever accusations that were made against you that was false. Now, this is by far the strongest accusation that's been made against you. This is a mook allegation, and the guy that's making the mook allegation is saying that he has, close personal knowledge of the situation. Now, I don't care about what your preference is, in all honesty. The only reason why it would matter to me if it came across my ears, that would mean that you would let it escape your bedroom and I would be obligated to give you nasiha. If this was an Islamic country and Sharia was the law, yeah, you would be punished severely for that act. But this is not an Islamic country. I don't got a right by law to put my hands on you, or do anything to that effect. If you did do that's your business. That's between you and Allah. But I do have an obligation to still give you nasiha, and tell you about the wrong and the fire that you're playing with. You understand? So that's my only position on that. I don't care really one way or another. if that's the case. It's just in terms of defending your honor as a Muslim. For one, you know that looks horrible, and for two, like I said, as somebody who supports you out here and watches your program, you feel what I'm saying? Like this was some everybody versus Zip thing. You feel me? And I said, I was gonna stay out of it. You feel me? But and that's due to the fact that I'm not jumping in some shit uninvited, looking clout chasey. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You ain't asked for my help, brother. So, let you do your thing. Now, this comes out, and it's like, okay, I want to see I fire back by this. I about to come flame this dude up. He about to get on this dude haircut. He about to do this. He about to do that. And it's like, a day go by, nothing. Next day, nothing. And I'm like, bro, that was the whole challenge. That was the whole challenge that once they show this guy's face, you can't say nothing. Like, that guy's face is the silencer, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you team Zip, you feel what I'm saying, and say somebody else is team everybody else that's against you, bro, you got your people looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need some ammo from you, brother. We need some ammo to fight back on your behalf. And you're not giving us anything, And I don't know if it's a situation where perhaps you don't deal with the guy 10 toes down, so you don't watch his channel. You might have blocked him. You don't even see what he put up or something to that effect. I don't know, but I know he has a pretty big following, like it's closer numbers to yours. So I know a lot of people seen that. And it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? On a believer, it doesn't look good. Now, as far as the part about saying he could pray however many rak'ahs he want to pray and Allah is not going to forgive him 10 toes down, you can't say that. That's not true. It's not valid. And it's the worst sin you could commit in Islam if you were a Muslim. I'm understanding you're not, but even not being a Muslim is kind of a slight, and that may not have been your intention. You understand what I'm saying? And from someone who's a little more learned, I'll explain how and why. As Muslims, like I said, the biggest sin that you commit is shirk, which is joining partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that would be a form of doing that by just insinuating that you can anticipate his next move. No, you cannot anticipate what Allah is going to do. We know that his mercy is greater than his wrath. This is why we pray 5 times a day. All of us have committed horrific sins, and we don't know what he's going to forgive or not forgive, but none of us has the right to say what he will or won't forgive when he has only spoke of one sin that he won't forgive, and that is shirk. The only sin Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said he won't forgive is shirk. So to, discourage a Muslim from praying as many rak'ahs as he can to make expiation for committing a certain sin when you're not certain that, he will be forgiven or not be forgiven is harmful on yourself, and that can land you in the hellfire. Because you tell this man, you don't need to even pray to make forgiveness for that, because Allah ain't going to forgive you. And it's like, how like, who are you in comparison to Allah? You think your knowledge or wisdom even considered the table with Allah's? You don't know what Allah going to forgive. You don't know how Allah works. None of us do. But to insinuate that your level of intelligence is that high is somewhat arrogant to a certain degree. That's how that comes across, my brother. And like I said, perhaps you didn't know that and you didn't have any bad intentions, and that's why I'm not coming at you with any real vitriol, just more so from an educational perspective. As a Muslim, we love when someone opens the door for us to give dawah. When someone says something about Islam that's not correct, that's our time right now. Or we get to move in. And we working with the truth, we working with the haqq, we working with the real knowledge, and we know you don't know what you talk about, or we coming with it. Yeah. So you spoke on the law. When you speak on the law, I'm one of the believers who will, step up and can back up everything I say with the book, with the Quran and the Sunnah. I'm fluent in it, in the English and the Arabic. If there's anything else you want to know about the deen, feel free to ask me, my brother. Now, from what I hear, Zip, this Twan dude is your size. Now, if there's anybody worth socking on, it might be this joker right here, because right now they're really they're taking that Zip with the drip name and dragging it through the mud, bro. And it looks and feels awkward that you're not responding when you have defended yourself against every other allegation. And then when it comes down to the Mook allegation and they saying that they got a witness who was in the spot, then all of a sudden, like, we not responding. We ignoring the small talk. We ignoring the haters. You know what I mean? It don't come across as authentic. And that's from brother to brother. That ain't even with no hate, man. Like I said, I wanted to see you knock down all the bowling pins. You feel what I'm saying, bro? I wasn't hating on you, my nigga. I wanted to see you knock down all the bowling pins. Yeah, I want to win, but I'd have came for you at the end. I wasn't hating on you in this battle. But it seemed like when they threw that out there, the fact that you stopped proving shit all of a sudden looked weird. It just looked weird, bro. But like I said, I didn't even want to make this video until you responded. And I would have kept my topic strictly on Islam with Tim. Strictly on Islam. That's it. Because he opened up his mouth talking about Allah and Rakas and all that on these airwaves. So if he says so incorrectly, boom, that's an opportunity for me to come in and give dawah. And that would have been my content for the day. But you never addressed that issue. And I'm not going to leave it halfway there. You feel what I'm saying? And address him and leave the whole rest of the subject in limbo. I feel like if there's anything you need to address, you want to come out guns blazing, get on your zip the drip shit. Get on this nigga Twan, bro. What is he talking about? Just put his picture up there and Zip can't say nothing. And then you turn around and don't say nothing? Nah, man. Nah, Zip. Nah, come on, let's go. We going downstairs, nigga. Zip, put your sneakers on. We going downstairs, nigga. I got your back. We going downstairs. Come on, let's go. I'm not going to let nobody jump you. Let's go. I personally wouldn't care if you was sleeping with Pit Cat. Once a nigga started making gay Muslim jokes, we got to stand up. Zip, it don't take you that long to tie no goddamn shoes. I said, let's go. I told you, Twan, nigga, is your size, Zip. Don't worry about nothing else. Nobody gonna jump in. Y'all the same size. Don't worry about the muscle, nigga. I said you with me, nigga. All right? Act like you know who I am, Zip. I wasn't trained by Pete. I was trained with Pete. Hell is wrong with you? I said come downstairs and you deal with the little nigga Twan. You good. You good. Everybody else, we gonna fall back and we gonna let y'all the same size. We gonna let y'all do what y'all do. Shit. Act like you know who you dealing with, nigga. Act like you know why they used to call me Hollywood. Because Hollywood make all the movies, nigga. Now bring your ass downstairs, Zip. You the one told me you know Hot Boy Red, Zip. You told me that. You know Hot Boy Red. You know Hot Boy Red. You know when Hot Boy Red came home in 1999, from the time he went to the time he went back in 01, from that 99 or 01 time he was home, you know who he was with every day? Me. Yeah. And we was playing on all Madden. You know that, right? A lot of niggas got touchdowns. A lot of niggas got touchdowns. Playing on rookie, playing on pro. We played the game on all Madden. All day, every day on all Madden. Every touchdown on all Madden. That's different. That's different than them pro touchdowns and them rookie touchdowns.